trophy up. Judge Mo, mate, look at that. Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
Yeah. I'm going to just tell you something. Let's start by saying that Man City fans did not travel for hours just to have this, to be honest with you. We got to be honest. Yes, I know you're a Man United fan and you're happy that Man City lost, but if this happened against your team, you'll be furious. This, to be honest with you, is a clear robbery. It is not fair. You don't travel for hours, right? And then to have this referee and this VAR and all of this for them, because Dean Henderson should have been sent off. To be honest with you, he should have been sent off. However, Man City didn't play well. Man City, Erling Haaland had a stinker. Omar Marmoush had a stinker, to be honest. But again, and Pep Guardiola completely played a strange lineup, and they got hit on the counter, and it's not fair to them. But again, Crystal Palace played well. I'm not taking anything away from Palace. But to be honest with you, that is a clear robbery. I don't know. Do you agree? It's a robbery?
So, yeah, I touched on this. For me, it is and it isn't. So I don't see it exactly the same as you. So I explain it. I explain it.
All right.
I think it should be a red. However, they've done it in other games this season. When the ball, and I'm not talking after Henderson hits it, when the ball is traveling or a player is traveling away from goal, which game was it? Saliba got sent off, and there was a game a week or so later where a player wasn't sent off. And they literally stated it's because the attacker was running diagonally in a direction away from the goal. I disagreed with it then and said it should still be a red card irrespective. And VAR didn't say it to me, but they said no, if a player is running away or the direction of play is away from the goal, so if the goal's here, the direction is this way, they've said no penalty. For me, it's one of those things, they have to change the rule. However, what I don't think they can do, Mo, is in the middle of a game, change the rule. Does that make sense? It's a protocol that if the ball's traveling or the player's traveling away from goal, they won't give a red card. It's a stupid rule. I totally agree, but they can't change it mid-game.
No, but the ball was not going sideways. Dean Henderson cleared it with his hand.
If you watch the direction that Haaland's running in towards the ball,
he's running.
He's not running. Ball. He's not running straight at goal. He's running he's running diagonally.
Well, if the goal is out, if the goalie doesn't touch the ball, is that a clear? Is that an empty?
Yeah, but I understand that. What you're not listening to is that's the protocol. Is again, I think it's stupid. It's one of those moments where a stupid rule gets exposed, but the direction a player is running in matters. And I agree with you. It's stupid, but they can't break the rules of the game because we think it's stupid in this moment, can they?
Yeah, I hear what you say, but to be honest, like I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, to be honest with you, I think it's a robbery. I don't think the City penalty was a penalty. I think it's not even 50-50. Well. Bernardo Silva dived. And Omar Marmoush. By the way, Dean Henderson said after the game that it was a wrong choice to give Marmoush the penalty because I knew that Dean Henderson would save it because I knew where Marmoush was going, to be honest with you. And by the way, Rivals fans in the chat, right? I am on the football terrace to give my opinion, right? You guys, you cry when we come here and you guys, something happens to your team. In my honest opinion, that is my opinion, which Terry disagrees with, that City were robbed, right? As we say that Arsenal were robbed or Liverpool were robbed, blah, blah, blah. But you all want to cry in the chat. You all want to say, cry more. I'm not a City fan. I really don't care, to be honest. I wanted Palace to win, to be honest with you, because I didn't want to see City lift another trophy. Everyone knows that. But we have to be honest about it. I have to say my opinion. And if Terry disagrees, Terry disagrees. And he explained it to you. If you want to take Terry's explanation, it is up to you. If you want to take my explanation, it is up to you as well.
It's me and you don't overly disagree. The only thing we disagree on is that we can't change the rule mid-game or mid-season. It's a stupid rule. They should still be red cards. But what you said earlier about the Arsenal thing. This is what I mean. I've got to keep the same energy all season. I have said about decisions, whether they've benefited my team or not. It's a bad rule, but they've followed the protocol. What I've been calling out all year is not following protocols. That for me, it would be the biggest sham in all of this. If they went, you know what? It's not against the rules, but we're going to send him off anyway. I just think they've got to relook at it. And I get why, by the way, I also get why City fans would feel angry about it and frustrated. But the point is, and they've got to look at this rule here. I'm going to put it up on the screen. If you look at the direction of Haaland, he is clearly facing and moving away from goal, correct?
Yeah, if he touches, but I still think that you can't tell from here.
Let's not. Let's for a minute forget what we want the law to be. Let's talk about the actual law for a moment, Mo. Is he heading towards the corner flag or towards the goal?
At this angle, he's heading towards the right side, so it's not the goal.
Yes. So the problem is with this law. This is what I'm saying. Where I agree with you is the law is stupid. It should still be a red card. What I am saying, though, is we can't change it in the middle of a game. If that's the rule, you can't send him off, can you?
No, you cannot. Yeah. I hear your point. If that is the law,
So that's what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with you that it should be a red, but it can't be. But it's a dumb fucking law, and because that should be a red card in my opinion. Because for me, Haaland's going to touch that ball. You don't know what Haaland's touch is going to do. Haaland's touch might be really delicate, and then he just taps it with his right foot into the goal. Right? He could take a very heavy touch, and it goes out for a throw in. But you can't judge in that way. We don't ever know. So I do agree where you're coming from, but I can't go against what I've said all season.
Can we go to the performance now and see how bad City were? How bad City were?
Yes, let's get to it.
Yeah, how bad City were, bro. Like, what is this? Why is this performance? What is overhitting crosses? What did Savinho do in this game? And Kevin De Bruyne, he by the way, he created a clear-cut chance for Haaland that last year, Haaland, or the year before, he would score that in the beginning of the game. Now, Omar Marmoush, I thought Pep Guardiola got the whole thing wrong, to be honest with you. The whole thing was wrong against the back five of Crystal Palace. And I think they didn't create enough chances. I think they lacked dynamism. They weren't dynamic enough. There was a lot of them that were trying to play solo football, like individuals, and instead of actually playing as a team. And I don't know what was Bernardo Silva's role on the pitch. He didn't contribute offensively nor defensively. So he could have put someone else. Savinho, every time he got the ball, he couldn't dribble past anybody. And when he dribbled, he overhit the cross or hit the first man. To be honest with you, I actually think that this City team at the current moment is not good enough, to be honest. Like, bar the red cards, this City team is not good enough, to be honest. They had a chance, and they missed a couple of chances as well. Erling Haaland missed a chance. Nico O'Reilly refused to shoot with his right foot, a professional footballer in front of the goal. Yeah. He refuses to shoot with his right foot for some whatever reason. He needs 3 seconds. And I don't understand why. Like, this Pep Guardiola kept these guys and like, he should have made changes earlier. This kid, I don't know, like, he's very young. I don't know why would he play in a cup final like this. To be honest with you, that was a strange decision by him. The kid, yes, he has never played a minute for City, as far as I know. So bring him on in a cup final at Wembley was a very strange decision. To be honest with you, very, very strange. He played.
It was dead until he came on, and we actually looked like we cared when he came on. So
you cared. He cared because he wanted to prove himself, but it's a wrong decision still.
Yeah, but nobody else on the pitch wanted to until he came on.
Where is player of the season? Why didn't player of the season Foden start these cup finals? Genuinely, I want to just ask this.
Foden having a bad season.
All right. So okay. Yeah, so he's
Foden is
okay. Okay, that's the answer. I just wanted that answer. So there's no protection. At least you say it as it is. Like, he has been awful, and he's holding bench. Savinho and Doku starting ahead of him. Marmoush starting ahead of him. Like, he could have played Foden somewhere, to be honest, but he didn't. To be honest, he didn't. It's crazy, actually.
Before I go to the City fans, Mo, what did you make of Pep Guardiola's behaviour at the full-time whistle? The way his treatment of the City players and the way he was behaving.
I didn't see it.
They were trying to shake his hand, and he was telling them to fuck off.
He's a sore loser. I know that. We all know that Pep Guardiola is a sore loser. However, I understand his frustration because, in his opinion, he was robbed. Like, he wasn't treated fair. And I know that he's upset for the fans. There are thousands of fans that traveled 4 hours from Manchester down to Wembley. And for them to get this, like, they feel hard done by the referee. And I hear their frustration, and I agree with them. I would do the same, to be honest. I would feel the same because I told you my opinion that City were treated unfairly, and I understand.
There's also another element with that red card that people are now talking about. If you actually look at it, there is a covering defender that's there again, as you look at again, it's such a hard one to judge because we don't know what Haaland's touch is going to do. But then I suppose if you don't know how good or bad his touch is going to be, you can't judge it as good or bad. There is a covering defender. He is moving away from goal. But I do agree with you, Mo. They've got to rewrite that law because I've said it all season. Those types of moments should be red cards 110%. But none of us would advocate breaking of the laws for those things.